And they are right in this game, and watch them come. They cannot miss the Lions from any place, anywhere, anytime.
G'day Lions fans, Mitch Robinson here. Welcome back to another edition of Robbo's Wrap. On this week's episode, we're going to be talking about the great win versus the Hawks on the weekend, our Sydney game coming up this weekend, and also the need for another strong performance.
Brisbane, who are going to get up here in front of a crowd of 20,000, and it's going to be by 56 points. Huge win for the Brisbane Lions. Hawthorn
were 5th coming into our game. We were sitting 18th, so it was a must-win game for us. We've put a few weeks together now where we've been showing some really big signs, and thankfully we put three-quarter performance together. We still weren't great in our first quarter, we didn't win it, but we won the next 3, so that got us over the line.
Taylor, the dummy, and the finish. It's Brisbane's day at the Gabba.
A few things that were evident in the game, especially when we reviewed it, was our kicking efficiency. Our effective kicks has been rating right at the top of the AFL ladder for the last 3 weeks, so that's been a positive for us. Turnovers haven't been as costly as well, so that's also going to help us on the defence. And that goes hand in hand with our kicking efficiency when we go inside 50. We hit the scoreboard 63% of the time. We took 14 marks inside 50, so that's going to go very well for us, especially trying to get our goals on the board and put on that scoreboard pressure. So that's something we've been really drilling into training and trying to get our scoring efficiency up, because when we do that, we feel like we're in a great space to win. Another one's that contested marks. We took 15 versus Hawthorn's 4. Harris Andrews had another great game. He took 4 contested marks, 16 spoils, so he was named Team of the Week again in the AFL. I think that's 4 times in a row, so I'm pretty sure he's in all Australian talks at the moment, but I don't want to get ahead of himself just by me saying that.
Here's Mitch Robinson, good grab.
A couple of players that caught my eye from our team especially was Dane Zorko. Little Magicians had another great game. He's really backed it up from the last few weeks. He had 30 touches and 12 tackles, so that's taken him to #1 in the AFL for pressure acts, so that's something that he really hangs his hat on, and we love the way he goes about his business. A couple of players that caught my eye from the game, especially our boys, was Hugh McCluggage. I think it was his best game for the club that I've witnessed. He had 27 touches and 16 contested possessions. He's taken his game to a new level, and only being a second-year player, it's great to see him getting those hard balls, and he's silky smooth with it as well. He looks very clean and he's moving it well. And the process himself, Tom Butler, he's had a great game. He had 26 touches, 3 goals. We've always known that he can be very efficient when he's going forward, and he's hit the scoreboard a few times. Obviously, I call him Tom Butler. Talking about Tommy Cutler, he got his new nickname from Brian on the commentary. I didn't quite know his name, but we'll play a replay for you right here.
Back around the corner, Taylor to Butler. Butler into an easy one.
And that takes us to our round 10 clash versus Sydney Swans. They come off a very convincing win versus Fremantle last week, beating them by 59 points, and they loved having Buddy back. He kicked 3 of their goals. A couple of players that we'll be looking out for as their half-backers. Lloyd had 41 touches and McVeigh had 31, so they like to use the ball back there and share it around. And that'll be a big job for our half forwards and our forwards especially to make sure they're putting the bumper bars on and stopping them from getting their high handball receives and driving that ball forward, so I'll be looking out for that. We all know what type of footy the Sydney Swans play. They're a very strong contested footy team. They love their stoppages and they're a high clearance team. They're rated 4 in the AFL for clearances, so we know they're going to be in that type of game on the weekend. They're a very successful team. They're playing a lot of finals footy and they're in that campaign, that discussion now, so it's going to be a big game for us and hopefully we can get the win on the board. And we'll talk about the reserves now, the Neefle boys. They had another strong performance on the weekend, beating Redland by 10 goals. A few players that caught my eye was big Josh Walker kicking 6, Connor Balladin kicking 5, Ryan Lester had 30 touches and 1 goal, Rowan Buick also had 25 touches and 2 goals, and my boy Jackie Barrett, we call him the Mad Dog, he had 25 touches and 3 goals. So all those fellas are in contention to put their hand up for senior selection, and we'll find out later in the week if that's going to happen or not. And this week's talking point is about the Verandah. If you didn't know what the Verandah was, you might remember from one of these classic moments here.
Well, let's have a look at this for a recovery.
Oh, mate, look at him.
A desperate effort, but it's all about the finish.
Oh my goodness, the dismount.
The Verandah has been sold out for all our home games so far this year. There's a few spots left for this week, so if you want to head to this link below, you can have a chance to get involved and come down. The food is amazing down there, it's the best of the stadium, also the drinks. It's smart casual, so you get to look really nice, you get some photos in front of the billboard, it looks really good. Take it from me, I was suspended for round 2 versus the Demons. I was happily and thankfully enough to be going down there with my partner and have a wonderful game watching it from that close. It's amazing. So thanks for tuning into this week's Robbo's Wrap. The game's on Saturday, 4:45. If you want to come down and cheer us on, the fans have been great for the last couple of home games, especially on the weekend. I felt like there was a lot of people there, 20,000, which is great. Looking to beat it this week. So come down, we'll hopefully see you there. Thank you.